Okay, if you have ever moved to a new city and all of a sudden you like notice that your hair is super dry and chalky and difficult to manage and you're like, what the heck? My shampoo and conditioner just doesn't work the same anymore as it used to. It could be the hard water index in your city. This happened to me when I moved to Dallas from New Jersey. And the water there is like twice as hard as it had been in Hoboken. But luckily I was working as a cosmetic chemist, and I was working with a chemist who understands hair care so well. And he basically told me the importance of getting a low pH shampoo and conditioner. I'm going to show you guys my favorites at the end, but first let's talk about why low pH shampoos and conditioners are great if you're living in an area with hard water. This is a screenshot from one of my first TikToks I ever did back in May, where I was talking about like a citric acid rinse, which I'll tell you guys about that in a second, but I was just too lazy to draw it again. But anyway, basically our hair is made up of keratin fibers that are separated by disulfide bonds, and those disulfide bonds, when they are broken, leaves hair with a negative charge. So first of all, those two negative charges are going to make those keratin fibers repel each other, and your hair is going to appear frizzy. But it's also going to attract any positively charged ions that are in the water. So if you live in an area with hard water, that means there's more of that magnesium and calcium, which carry a positive charge. So those are going to be attracted to the negative surface of your hair. Now, like chalk is calcium carbonate. So think about how chalky it is. I can't think of another adjective. But when you have calcium that's adhered to the surface of your hair, or even magnesium, it's the same thing. That's going to make your hair stiff and dull and difficult to comb. And it's also going to make it harder for some of the conditioning ingredients in your conditioner to adhere to hair. I'll show you why. So these are a lot of common conditioning agents that you'll see in a lot of conditioners. All of these have one thing in common. It's that they carry a positive charge. They have been designed to adhere to the negative surface of hair so that when you rinse hair out, they're going to like make it softer, smoother, more easy to manage, more combable. So like for instance, stearamidopropyl dimethylamine and benzene chloride, those are like waxy compounds that have a positive charge. So it's not going to leave your hair with waxy buildup, but it is going to coat the surface of your hair and help basically seal off that negative charge, right? So that then those fibers are not repelling each other, but also so that it appears more smooth and shiny. When you have a ton of hard water buildup that's being attracted to the negative charge on hair, it doesn't leave much room for those conditioning agents. So if you think about why low pH is important, anything that's low pH is going to have a higher concentration of positively charged hydrogen ions in it. Those hydrogen ions are also going to be attracted to the negative charge on hair. So if you do a citric acid rinse or a lemon juice rinse or a beer rinse, that's why those work, because you're replacing the magnesium, the calcium, and the chalky buildup with just a hydrogen ion. When you use a low pH shampoo, you're kind of pulling off the magnesium and calcium and replacing it with hydrogen as you wash your hair. And then when you use a low pH conditioner, a lot of those conditioning agents I showed you have been shown to be more efficacious when they're in a low pH system. The chemist I was working with happened to know that these were both low pH. It's the absolute best shampoo and conditioner I've ever used. I've tried other things. I always go back. I tried the Redken citric acid, didn't like it. But if you don't mind smelling like a dude, check out my brother's hair care line, also low pH product.